everybody, and welcome to a little after show action here. And we'll start with a question. What do you think a woman's rights activist like Susan B. Anthony or somebody like that would think of all these chicks that are cruising Twitter and Blue Sky trying to get dudes to their OnlyFans page?
Well, they wouldn't like you calling them chicks for a start.
Okay, yeah, probably. But
how to get on the good side of a feminist.
Yeah, but I mean, hey, language evolves. It's not like it's derogatory, right?
Okay, yeah. Old ducks, then.
Yeah. Well, but
birds.
What would they think? I wonder.
Yeah, why is it? Why is it that it's like the nickname for women becomes like an avian kind of thing? They're either birds or they're chicks or they're mother geese.
Yeah.
Old hen. Yeah.
That's true though, yeah.
What was wrong with bitch? This is what you call a lady dog, isn't it?
Yeah. And a few others.
Vixen, yeah. MILF. I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure there's an animal relationship there. Cougar.
Well, MILFs. So don't they come from like Beverly Hills and
I think I they come from all over.
Yeah. They wander the hills of Beverly Hills at night looking for prey. Oh no, that would be the cougar, right?
Yeah, that's the cougars. Yeah.
There we go. Okay.
Mountain lion. Or old bear.
Yeah.
Just hope your neighbour's got a shotgun. I just shot a cougar outside, trying to get into my house.
Yeah. Bill, come on over.
Her name's Valerie.
Yeah. You call your neighbor, Bill, come on over. I just shot a cougar trying to break into my house. Bill comes over. That's my wife.
All right, then, MILF.
I think it's funny that anybody even remotely my age would even use the term MILF. Because once you get to a certain age, it's not like any of your opportunities are going to be anything other than moms. I mean, I mean, it made sense for some fucking high school kid to use the term, but not for adults.
Yeah. It's because that's basically anybody on your radar.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And in fact, if you're not hunting MILF at your age, you'll be on a list somewhere.
That's right. That's when you end up having to register with the police if you move.
Yes. Yeah. I'm not into move. I'm into the 16-year-olds. What? Put this man in a jail.
Oh yeah.
Could be worse.
When we had that whole spring of cancel culture go on there for a little while where it didn't matter if it was 25 years ago, if you said something wrong, the mob was going to find it and vilify you for it.
I think that's still going on, isn't it?
Not as bad as it was, like it's, it was like, South Park mob justice for a while there. But I'm surprised nobody ever went at the band Kiss for the song Christine 16.
No, now you've mentioned it.
There's this little part in the bridge when he says, I don't normally say things like this to girls your age, but when I saw you coming out of the school that day, I knew I had to have you. And it's just it's just awful.
Yeah, I would imagine there's a long list of music that you could put the same question to.
Oh yeah.
My lord.
Very much, but I always found that one, there's lots about girls that are 17, but I think for the most part, 17 is that kind of legal age. I think, but 16 for sure really isn't. Right.
Wow. I mean, you know what? You could be, you could be in Iran, and she was just 7, and she was looking really hot.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Because you can get away with it there. Yeah. She was just 6, and she will be mine.
Oh
dear. Oh no. Oh.
Heather in the chat points out the band Winger. She's only 17. The next line was, Daddy says she's too young, but she's old enough for me. How fucked is that? Wow.
Yeah.
What
was it? Rogers and Hammersmith wrote about it in what was it? The Sound of Music. Yeah, I am 16, getting on 17.
I'm so naive, or whatever. Yeah.
I'm getting a little bit horny.
Yeah. Yeah, me too, with like a word with Winger. Totally, man. Yeah. Winger suffered some horrible thing where one day that song hit the chart and they were popular, and they had like a couple of years where they had a few songs that were popular, and then I don't know what happened, but it was what are those two guys, the cartoon guys that did like music videos and made fun of bands?
What, Beavis and Butthead?
Yeah. Beavis and Butthead did an episode where they ripped Winger a new one for being lame, and that was it. The whole world turned on the band. Yeah.
Yeah, that's one way to ruin someone's career in pop culture, I suppose.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I must admit, I don't think I've ever heard of them until you mentioned them just now.
Yeah. The guitar player was seriously good. That's the only reason I knew who the band was. Right.
Good at what?
Cooking.
I don't know.
Adam Ragusa.
Yeah, he might have gave you a fantastic blowjob one time. I thought, wow,
might have. I'm not telling you.
I don't know. You still got his lipstick around the end of your shaft. So I don't know. Anyway, let's move along. otherwise we'll get Mr. Man from the village people complaining that we're in the gutter already.
And now for something completely different.
Sometimes you just got to flick the switch,
Well, go on then. You flick the switch. Change the subject.
So AC/DC are doing another tour. Recently, because of hearing problems and everything, Brian Johnson had retired, and once his name Axl Rose had to finish the last tour, and they said, and now Brian Johnson's coming back. Now,
yeah, because he heard Axl Rose singing.
Axl was far better than Brian's been in the last about 15 years live, though. Brian can't do that screamy voice really anymore. And him trying and overexerting doing it and stuff is literally painful to listen to.
Right.
Yeah. I've heard some of the last AC/DC live in the last 7 or 8 years, and I can't listen to it. It's terrible. The band still plays pretty well, that's fine, but they're doing another tour. They got to be 85 years old or something. Can you imagine Angus Young doing that whole headbanging routine on the guitar at his age? His head's just gonna fly off, man.
It's probably in a neck brace by now.
Yeah. I can't believe he still does that. Why doesn't he just stop? I'm too old, Yeah, but he still does
maybe he's
little,
Yeah, he's just got no neck muscles left, so it's just flopping around naturally.
Yeah. Yeah, man, I don't know how he does it. No way. That wouldn't be me. Forget it. But I don't suggest it's a concert to go to, even if you're like, but I've never seen AC/DC and I really want to see them for that one last time before they're finally gone. They're gone. They have been for a long time. Don't waste your money. Sorry, guys. I love the band, but well,
yeah.
And they got a lot of amazing music. I put them on all the time to listen to. They got a lot of crap too, like that album Flick the Switch and Fly on the Wall. There's a couple of really crappy ones in there for a bit.
I suppose everybody has to have that crappy album.
Yeah. It was that Who Made Who song that was their revival that brought them back from like the brink. I remember that one. Wasn't a big fan.
Nah, me neither, really.
No. It was just so polished for FM. But at that point, Brian Johnson still had that voice, from Back in Black and whatnot. He could still do it. Yeah, Thunderstruck, Heather says in the chat, when you listen to Thunderstruck, but listen to like the first verse or two, and then instantly switch and listen to Back in Black and listen to the difference. That you'll hear him. You can hear in Thunderstruck that he's doing like one line, taking a break, one line, because he can barely do it anymore. Oh, yeah, that must have taken him a while to record that shit. You can tell.
See, this would be a case where AI might be useful to kick in, so he can just sing his songs la di da di da di da di da, and the AI does like a voice changer thing.
Yeah, but if you're going to do that, I want Bon Scott back, right? No stop signs,
or just
speed limits.
Or just do what ABBA did and just like have them all as like virtual reality holograms.
Oh. Oh man, no. That's too much. I can't believe people would pay to see that.
I know.
Makes no sense to me. Even if you like the band, what are you paying to see? Hologram thing, just stay home, light some candles and put on the record. Hop in a bath. I don't know.
Well, it's like people who go to like waxwork museums, to see a waxwork effigy of someone that they know. Yeah. I mean, I kind of understand it back, years and years ago when
sure,
when it would be practically impossible to even to see an image of Taylor
back
Swift.
When kids played with wooden toys, it made sense, right?
Yeah. But it's funny, especially the really crap ones where they're just like shop mannequins. They don't know how anything like the people that do.
I remember
hilarious.
I was like 7 years old the first time I saw one of these fucking wax museum things. It was I think it was the Niagara Falls one. I can't remember for sure, though, because we used to do a bunch of vacations when I was younger. And I remember they took me through and I started laughing at stuff. And my mom and dad were like, we got to get this guy out of here. This is way too embarrassing. And they totally just rushed me through and got me out.
Mm.
I just thought it was ridiculous because everything looks so stupid. I just couldn't stop laughing.
Well, when you actually stop and think about it, it's a ridiculous concept.
Yeah.
It is such a ridiculous idea.
Yeah. I don't,
I mean, the modern version of it now would be like, you go in, there would be like a hologram of, like Taylor Swift and, all the popular people that you can think of, like Taylor Swift, because that's it would just be the Taylor Swift room with thousands of Taylor Swifts, but all as holograms,
all in bathing suits with rhinestones on them.
Yeah, various bathing suits.
Yeah. She seems to have lots of them.
and a flick of a switch, you can change them.
Yeah. They probably just self-destruct when she pulls them off, right?
That's when you find out she's a cyborg.
That's funny. There's I notice how anytime she says anything, there's got to be like 100 million websites that have to report it in the world. Wow, you know?
She only has to break wind and they'll report it. I mean, she has become an absolute phenomenon as far as stars are concerned. I mean, I don't mind her. I don't really care for her music. I don't really listen to it.
I couldn't tell you one of her songs, to be honest. When it's on the radio, I wouldn't know. Well,
no, I know.
It's just probably pop music, you know.
But well, she's not doing it for us.
No. No, our age group.
I could just see her going out on a concert, and she's going out. This one's for Dick and Dunk.
Yeah,
yeah. You know, the audience going.
Yeah.
Who?
Yeah. Her early career as a country person was literally more up my alley. I'd rather listen to that than this new pop princess crap. I got no time for that kind of music.
No, I didn't know she did country.
That's how she started. She was literally, and she actually like wrote her own songs, unlike most in Nashville, right? She had her acoustic guitar, and you know,
wow,
yeah. I remember when she first came out, I'm like, hey, a young chick that can actually like sing and play and write tunes and stuff. I like this girl. She's really cool. And then all of a sudden she became Madonna, and I'm like, nah, it's not cool anymore.
well, Madonna's not cool anymore.
Oh yeah,
she thinks she is.
Yeah,
she seems to have forgotten that you know, she's not as popular as. Yeah, she's the kind of person that if she didn't dress up as Madonna, you know, with all of the gear and just like walk down the street, no one would fucking recognize her.
Yeah, but she's also forgot that most people don't want to see Grandma flash her box at the concert.
That's the title of our next album.
Yeah. Tickle my box. Ronnie Franken in the chat says, hey, how many beer have you had? I said, it's my first. He says, why are you lying? I don't know if you watched the last show, but I had a glass of water and a cup of tea, dude. This is my first. Yeah.
We've got hours yet before he starts getting silly.
Yeah. Confusing Madonna with Cher. Oh, Cher is somebody I could totally do without in the world. Cher only did one thing in movies and music that I ever enjoyed, and that was her appearance on David Letterman when she was calling him an asshole and stuff. That was funny. Other than that, I have no time for that woman. Can't stand it.
Oh, poor old Cher.
Yeah, not my type at all. But when she was telling Letterman off on his show, that was something funny. Oh, that was awesome.
Oh, I don't know that.
Yeah. She's like, I didn't even want to be here. Why? You're an asshole. It was hilarious, man. Whereas, what's her name? The blonde that's always in the Adam Sandler movies. What's her name?
Don't know.
The hell is that chick's name? Anybody know who I'm talking about? The wedding singer girl. Isn't she in a couple of his movies? Drew Barrymore. Yeah. Drew jumped up on Letterman's desk and flashed her titties at him for his birthday. That was hilarious, man.
And that's when she was fresh off the shoot of E.T.
Oh, easy now.
She kissed the puppet, went off stage, took a line of coke, went straight into Letterman, and just became a monster.
Yeah, it was funny as hell, man. Yeah, I always thought she was pretty cool.
She's bonkers.
Yeah, a bit. You know, what are some of the funny talk show moments? You know, there's an old classic episode. You can find it on YouTube. Johnny Carson has Rodney Dangerfield as a guest on the show, and Carson barely gets a word in because all he can do is laugh. What's his name there? Rodney Dangerfield just starts doing his thing, and the whole place is just dying. That was hilarious.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
Rodney Dangerfield doing that.
He was crazy funny, man. You know, it must have been insane to have him on a movie. You just never knew what he was going to do. Just follow him with the camera. You know, we'll figure out how to make it into a movie. You know,
I remember was it an episode of Parkinson? I think it was when Oliver Reed came on, absolute stone drunk. Paralytically drunk, and he just gets up and gets the house band to do an impromptu version of the Wild Ones, and he's just like stomping around the stage singing it like a fucking
drunk karaoke
tramp.
Idiot.
Yeah, it's absolutely astonishing, so embarrassing, but he didn't care.
That's funny. Yeah. That's funny. That's when you get up in the morning hungover, you see the appearance, and you just go and get drunk again.
He probably never saw it. He never sobered up long enough.
Yeah. There's a funny story from old Top Gear. When Jeremy Clarkson had some Irish guy that had a talk show as his guest. Slim, shorter hair, light in color. Was it Patty something?
Don't know.
Can't remember. But he tells the story. He goes, "Oh, you ever have those disasters in a talk show?" And this guy, this Irish guy goes, "Oh, yeah, I had so-and-so as a guest. I guess he's some famous cranky British drunk guy." And the guy stumbles onto the show and says, "So how's things going?" And the guy looks at him all hammered and says, "So how big is your dick?" He's like, "Oh, fuck, here we go." And it's live, right? Totally live. There's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't Wogan. It was, I'll try to figure it out. Yeah, Graham Norton show there, David in the chat. Yeah, I've come to like that one. There's one with Clarkson and May, I think, and Jake Gyllenhaal and Joan Rivers, and Joan just has them in fucking tears laughing.
Yeah. Oh yeah, she was just a roller coaster.
Oh yeah, you know, where are you looking, honey? My tits are down here. You know, like shit like that. You know.
Yeah, she got so funny when she got to that age.
Yeah,
and just started being so self-deprecating.
Yeah.
Still looking like $1 million.
Yeah. Somebody else's money, but you know.
She's that typical, like, rich Jewish woman who's gone through lots and lots of plastic surgery.
Oh, yeah. And she wasn't ashamed about it at all. She was like, "Honey, it cost a lot to look this old, okay?" You know, and shit like that, you know?
Yeah.
I loved her, man. Fuck, she was one of the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to invite her around for a Christmas dinner or anything like that.
Oh, are you kidding? I would have said to her, "Look, you know, there's as much alcohol as you can drink in this. All right, just attack them all one by one, so I can really enjoy this." Okay?
Yeah, she'll start arguing with the turkey about who looks saggier and older.
Yeah.
I'll show you my giblets.
Yeah. Another woman comedian that I was I love to death is Carol Burnett. Her TV show back in the day, the Carol Burnett Show, was one of the funniest things television has ever seen. It was unbelievably funny. Oh my God.
I know the name, but I can't think of anything.
She had Harvey Korman, Tim Conway on it, and oh my God, were they just, it was so funny. There's times when that Tim Conway dude, he'd go off on, start a tangent and just take them where nobody knew he was going to go. And you could see them all just trying not to laugh so hard because it's recorded live. It was so funny. It was literally, that was the funniest part about it, is watching the cast members try not to just become the audience too, right? It was so funny. Oh, Dorf on golf. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, one thing I think is Carol Burnett got screwed as it pertains to like comedic movie roles and stuff. She was so good with like physical comedy and shit. She should have got more roles. Totally. You imagine somebody like her and Chevy Chase when he was like a little younger and not so egotistical. They could have done some really,
What do you mean he was egotistical right from the start?
well, not for the first. He was egotistical once Saturday Night Live hit TV and he saw the ratings, but he was probably okay up till then.
I'm sure he was egotistical in the womb.
Yeah.
He was working on his act.
He was that sperm at the gate. I'm getting there first, you bastards.
Yeah, he was probably in the womb, stumbling over the umbilical cord and tripping over and knocking things flying.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, I'm Chevy Chase, so you don't have to be.
Yeah. Oh, we got KK's Gigi in the chat points out they got to thank Lucille Ball. Absolutely. Oh man, Lucy was crazy. She was awesome. Oh yeah.
Oh, it's Lucille Ball. We got to thank for Star Trek.
That's right. Daisy Lou Productions, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Her and what's his nuts there.
It's all her fault. Yeah.
Yeah. Desi Lou, I guess it's really called, but whatever.
Yeah. Daisy Lou, she sounds like an old girlfriend of yours. you hung around with, down in the Hazard County.
I'm feeling old enough, so
Hey, Daisy Lou, I'm just going for a spin in the General Lee.
Oh, yeah, you can see me driving around with a Confederate flag on my roof. Yeah. Not likely. Holy.
Yeah, you would have done it at the time because it was cool back then.
Oh, there was a time when I had no clue. I didn't even realize it was the Confederate flag. I just thought it had something to do with Southern rock and rollers and, rebellion or something. Yeah.
Well, it was that.
Yeah. Yeah. But,
Yeah. No, it is actually kind of funny that, it's like, you look at the Confederate flag and you just say, yeah, I've seen it on a Stratocaster once. So that must have been rock and roll for some reason.
Honestly, I think the first time I saw the General Lee, I thought they stole the flag from Leonard Skinner. I'm pretty sure that's how I saw it, right? I'm fucking Canadian,
Yeah, maybe that's where the Confederacy stole it from. They got it off a Skins album.
Yeah. I never had one hanging or anything like that. I was never a huge Leonard Skinner fan when I was younger. I only came to appreciate it a bit more as I got older. Except, a couple tunes, but a lot of it's just kind of,
never really listened to it.
Yeah. I mean, Van Zant's great and all, but
mind you, having said that, I could give you a fucking list as long as everybody's arms as all the music I haven't listened to. So it's not really saying much that I've never really listened to it because there's lots of things I've not listened to.
Yeah, true enough.
Yeah.
There's a performance from Deep Purple from back in the 70s. I think it's a performance on like British television show or something. Could have even been Top of the Pops because that's been around since like, the Stonehenge era, right?
The Dawn of Man.
Yeah, exactly. But Deep Purple performs Sweet Child in Time live. And if you don't know the song, Ian Gillan, the King of Wales, it's because he can scream like a motherfucker. We call him that. Holy, it's live and it's so well done. Like, I don't think there's a bad note or a misstep by anyone in the band.
Was it actually done live? Because that was
oh no, it's live.
Yeah, because that's one of that Top of the Pops is a lot of people went on that show and they hated the fact it was pre-recorded.
Yeah. But no, this is damn well live. Like I could tell right away. No problem. The what's his name? John Lord, I think it is, the keyboard player. The whole intro's different. Yeah. They're totally just they've got the bands like them and Led Zeppelin. A lot of people didn't actually realize it. Well, they don't looking back, but if you were at the time, they're very much got some jam band in them, and they always fuck with their songs and change it up a bit and blah blah. Yeah. But yeah, it's unbelievable. Sweet Child in Time by Deep Purple live. There's many versions, but you'll see, you can see they're on like some kind of white stage, and it's very old, and it's awesome. Oh. Wow. Holy shit, that thing went like on fire. See that?
Fire. Do, 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 do. Fire.
Okay, 1 second here. Yeah, I need the sound effect from Thriller. That creaking door in the beginning.
You need a little vessel of dry ice in there, so when you open the door, it just like fills the
room. That would be cool, actually. That would be awesome.
Your beer is served now.
No mere mortal can resist the refreshment of the chiller. Yeah, Mad Muller. It's a little micro fridge. You can put I think it'll hold about 12 beer in total. It's not too micro, but it's pretty micro. It's pretty cool.
You could hide a small midget in it.
Yeah, a small one. But one of my idiot neighbors screwed it up and tried to fix it and thought it was ruined and put it out as we have a little spot in the townhouse complex. If something's not garbage, but maybe good for other people, you put it there. And I saw it and I was like, I'd fix that in 10 minutes. And I did. And now I get it. That was a good little deal. I needed a little mini fridge so I didn't have to get up all the time, right?
Well, you've been talking about it for about a year, and then just like, I
didn't want to spend the money. I'm cheap.
Yeah, I'm cheap.
Yeah. Yeah, and if you watch Technology Connections, he did that video recently bitching about those cheap ass fridges that don't really have a cooling system. They just use that electronic version of cool. What the hell is that called? Liam Wakefield will probably put it in a minute because he knows what I'm talking about if he's here. But that's one of these ones. So if Technology Connections tunes in to watch, he's going to go, oh, you're using one of those.
Yeah.
But
power converters or something.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not very efficient. But I only use it what on the hangout shows, right? So who cares? Yeah. LGR Lazy Game Reviews just got a really cool one. It's even smaller than mine. It only holds like 2 cans, but it looks exactly like the old school Coke pop machines, and it comes with tiny little quarters you can put in, and fake little pops come out, but you open the door and it's got the 2 cans it can put in, and it lights up at night just like the Coke machine would and everything. It's really cool. Yeah. But
take your word on that.
Yeah. But he's doing a cool thing.
Everything's better in miniature anyway.
Yeah. Well, he's doing a cool thing. So he's been buying up some of those little arcade miniatures that look like stand-up arcade machines. And then he bought a little to scale cigarette vending machine from the 70s. And then he got the Coke machine, and he's setting up a little miniature arcade setup. I don't know why, but it'll look cool. I mean, I realized as I was done, I was like, yeah, okay.
He just needs very, very small people to inhabit it.
Yeah. Do you know any hobbits? Do they have children? I wonder if hobbits are born like really big and then get smaller as they get older.
Yeah.
Right? We don't know. We've never seen the life cycle of a hobbit.
Yeah, the start of the feet. The feet are the same size all through life. Just like two feet come out with an embryo stuck on the end of it.
Hey, speaking of which, okay, the Lord of the Rings movies, the first three, what's his name there? Peter Jackson movies. I find that the scale is often lost in the movie, and you forget that Frodo and them are hobbits. And then once in a while you see their feet or something and you're like, oh yeah, they're small. But a lot of time I find, because I rewatched it a couple of years back and I was like, wow, it keeps breaking the illusion on me. I didn't notice it the first time I watched those movies. I was probably too, wow, New Zealand is pretty, but well.
There were some absolutely genius filming techniques using that to make the hobbits look small and Gandalf look normal size and all that stuff. Absolutely amazing. They're all, sitting at the same table, but in reality, one's further away.
Yeah, exactly.
One's closer, but they like, and the camera moves, but they build this rig so the tables move in between and everything. Perspective was absolutely fucking phenomenal.
Well, they had to license all this technology from Tom Cruise's team because that's how they make him seem full size, right?
Oh yeah, talking of which, there was a film on the other day. Was it Invasion? And it's got Nicole Kidman and what's his name? Craig. What's his name? The Bond guy.
Yeah, Daniel Craig.
Daniel Craig. And of course he looks really weird in it because he's not like Bond, like he's got a soppy blonde hair. And
I've seen this. Yeah.
But we're watching it, and like Nicole Kidman is still like towering over, Daniel Craig. And it's like that's Nicole Kidman. She says, I said, can you imagine what it was like when she was standing next to fucking Tom Cruise?
Oh. Could you imagine her standing beside like Stallone? Be hilarious.
It's amazing she's even had like a movie career because she is incredibly tall. She's stunningly beautiful and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, you can't knock it. She's slim. But just her height alone. Must have been a contributing factor whether she got cast into a movie or not. She seems to get cast in a lot of movies where she's either with small children. Scare was not a problem, or she spends most of the time on her own. She's never standing next to somebody. Or doesn't have any others like male ego cast member to deal with.
Yeah, it must be hilarious when Tom Cruise is in a movie with the taller people and stuff, all the crap they have to go through, right? It must be hilarious.
He's not actually that short though, is he? He's not
5'6" or something. 5'7".
Yeah, I'm 5'10", and I'm not exactly tall. I suppose I'm kind of like normal size. I guess.
I'm 6'1", so I would get a sore neck talking to him eventually, right?
I'll get a sore neck talking to you anyway. But I can imagine. Yeah, it does become a problem. I mean, you do hear these stories where people are shooting and. You built a trench for one person to walk through it, and or someone else on a box. It's always like even height. Don't pan down on Tom Cruise, please, because you'll see his platform heels.
He's walking on 6-inch stilts, man. It's funny.
It is funny how that sort of becomes important to people, though. Especially a big name. Your big names on the poster and everything, but but little guy. I mean, you don't hear Danny DeVito moaning about it, do you?
No. Exactly. Funny thing too. Okay, so recently I discovered that Woody Harrelson and Ted Danson from Cheers, they have a podcast, right? And and they had Tom Selleck on, Magnum PI guy, right?
Yeah.
So Ted Danson was talking to Tom Selleck because
he knows him from Three Men and a Little Baby.
Well, no, from Ted Danson was one of the bad guys on Magnum PI before Cheers.
Okay.
It was actually his appearance on Magnum PI was one of the things that got him on the radar of the producers of Cheers and stuff, right?
Okay.
So, but Ted Danson was telling the story, so it was a big moment for me. I needed this to go right and stuff. And I was having this fight with the guy on the boat, and the helicopter angle shot from above was showing me. And that's the moment I realized that I was going fucking bald. This is Ted Danson talking, right? He could see the bald spot. And if you ever see Cheers, just that came out shortly after, he had the obvious hairpiece for the whole show, man.
Oh. He's had to live with that for a long time.
Oh yeah. But it was that moment when he could see the camera from the helicopter. He was like, fuck. That's funny. Yeah.
This is why you need to have a bedroom with mirrors on the ceiling, so you can check your hair. Never enter bedroom with mirrors on the floor. It's just it's not a good look.
This is why Tom Cruise dates tall women, because they can update him on the strength or weakness of his bald spot.
Well, they just get stuff on the high shelf in the kitchen for him.
Yeah.
Can you get me the oregano?
Honey, I want a popsicle.
Why do you put the cookie jar up so high? You've had too many cookies, little Cruz. Too many cookies.
Come back to the couch and read your L. Ron Hubbard, dear.
He must be great for Hollywood, because he must make low budget movies, because they make the sets like 3/4 scale, so
he saves on wood.
Yeah. I mean, he must have been originally in the Titanic movie. That's why they had to make the ship a certain size.
Yeah. When they got some clothing company in China doing the wardrobes for the movie, and everybody that works there is like, finally, somebody in America that's our size.
Saving on cloth. Some of the silkworms can take a day off.
Oh, that's funny. We should retitle this show.
It must be tough being Tom Cruise's costumer, having to go down to the child section in mother care. What are you doing here, Tom, in mother care? Oh, we're just doing a costume fitting for Mission Impossible.
He must have hated it in the 80s. He'd go into an arcade and just get lost in a sea of children.
But that's why they always tied a balloon to his arm, so
to that fat belt buckle on his ass.
Yes. You can always spot him. There he is.
Yeah. If you use 3 balloons, he can just slightly hover over everyone.
Oh, you know what? You know what this means? He's not going to be on a guest on our show now.
Yeah, I have to do the James May line. So does that mean he's not coming on then?
And he's here tonight. Sorry guys. Yeah, well, that'll be for our alternative universe PubChat show where we get Tom Cruise on as a guest. Still wouldn't be able to see him. You just see like the top of his eyes peeking over on top of the hexagon.
Yeah.
We need to get him a higher stool.
Yeah. As the show goes, I just start lowering the hexagon down so you can actually see him.
Yeah. Oh, I was going to do it just now. I can't do it.
Tom, can you get a box so we can see you, please?
Just someone spin his stool up a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, it's funny. I mean, you know, I don't really have anything against the guy except he's a Scientologist. So I'll pick on him whenever I want. I don't care. Just, I'm sorry, Tom, but that's stupid. Okay.
It doesn't seem to, that doesn't seem to come up very much these days, does it?
No.
A few years ago, that was like the whole big thing. When he went on, was it Oprah?
They probably bought half
around.
They probably own half the damn media outlets at this point to keep it from coming up anymore.
Oh, that's a scary organization, Scientology thing. I just don't understand how the fuck that thing just became so big. It's unbelievable. Just built on utter gibberish.
Oh man.
I know. The thing is, you know, we complain about like the organized religion, and we can, moan about, whether or not, the Bible's true and all that kind of stuff. You know, people are like, theologians have been arguing that for years, forever. And we have lots of atheists who say, it's a load of shit. But Scientology is the one thing where everybody in every fucking religion can just, you could be a Muslim, you could be a Buddhist, you could be anything, and you can just turn around and just go, that's fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
We know it's bullshit because he wrote it in his science fiction books.
Exactly. It's just unbelievable, It's as bad as that other fucking idiot who read it out of a hat,
But
Joseph Smith or whatever. Fuck.
They still do it like with a straight face. I don't know. Wow. How?
Yeah. Still, one of the best episodes of television ever was the South Park rip on the Mormons, Joseph Smith. Oh my God, was that funny? Dum. It's one of the best things ever. I'm watching that after. I haven't seen that in a while. I'm watching that after. It's too funny.
Was it who was it that did the Book of Mormons though? It was that was the other guys.
Joseph Smith.
The stage show. No, the stage show.
Oh yeah. They did the whole They took the South Park episode and turned it into a stage show, kind of. I think it's a different story, but
Yeah. I've seen it. Oh,
yeah.
Yes.
I think the Jewish guy really has issues with the Mormons. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I must admit, I didn't find the Book of Mormons that good, actually. I thought the music was a bit dull.
I haven't seen it.
I've only seen it on the YouTubes.
Basketball is funny by those two idiots.
Basketball?
Yeah. They come up with a way of mixing basketball and baseball into this lazy ass sport that people play, and it turns into this big deal, and it's funny as hell. There's all kinds of ridiculousness in it. It's funny. Yeah. No, Heather in the chat asking. No, I haven't seen Orgasmo. Actually, maybe I have.
There was a TV series I never knew about that came up, which was really funny. What was it? It was about President Bush. It was called something like "That's My Bush" or and it was about Bush being president in the White House.
Are you sure this isn't something sponsored by Womanscape? I mean, it's just
it was a sitcom, but it wasn't. The jokes weren't based on the politics of Bush. It was just he was the kind of like the vessel of the whole thing, and it was a kind of a sitcom based on having a go at the sitcom format.
Okay.
What was it? Was it called? Was it? Somebody might know what the hell I'm talking about. But it was about President Bush. It looked great in a kind of like shit way.
I'll have to.
No, I just saw a video about it a couple of weeks ago. I thought, I've never heard of this. That's great.
Yeah. What do we got here? Oh, okay. We're all right for time. Felix is coming home tonight.
Damn it,
tomorrow.
He says.
So yeah. No, but I do have to watch because Felix is home tonight, not tomorrow morning this week.
Right.
I have no idea why. There was this weird thing that happened. I should tell you all this. This is funny as hell. So, grandma comes to pick up my son. They're driving to her house. She calls me. She's like, "Oh my God, I don't know what's going on. My car started to feel a little bit funny, and then I lost power steering. The steering got all real heavy. I didn't know what was going on. And then it kind of came to a dead stop and just died on me. And I'm stuck at the side of the road, like 5 blocks from home." She's like, "What do you think it could be?" I'm like, "Well, I mean, you could have dropped the fan belt, lost power steering. You could have a con rod sticking out of the side of your engine. Who knows, right? So she's got the automotive coverage where you just call a tow truck, it's free, whatever. She gets home, and I say, just try and start it, see what happens. She gives it a little turn, and she says it's just doing that clicking thing. So I thought she's doing the clicking where you don't have enough electricity to turn the damn thing over. So I look up her car, and I find out that even though it's not the newest car in the world, it actually has electric power steering, not older hydraulic. So I'm thinking maybe the alternator died and she drained her battery, and that's why she lost power steering, and then the car stopped, right? But she must have given me the order of events improperly, because when the tow truck came to her house the next day so that they could get the car to the mechanics, the guy says, "Try your car." And she tries to start it, and it just turns over and over, and it won't catch. And it's not even trying to catch. It's not doing that boom, boom kind of thing or whatever. And the tow truck driver's like, "Are you sure you got gas?" And he grabs a jerry can and puts a couple of gallons in, and the car starts right up. And so she gets a hold of me, and she's like, "I feel really stupid because all I was out of gas. I don't understand what's going on." And I said, "Well, when was the last time you put fuel in? Maybe your gas gauge is dead." She says, "No, I know my gas gauge is dead, but I put fuel in the car like 24 hours ago, and it only took like $3 or whatever, and then clicked off." And then that's why when I understood what's finally going on. Sure, her gas gauge is toast, but her vapor canister, her charcoal canister is clogged, and it's not letting her fuel the car up properly. So, mystery solved. But what a weird moment, the way she described it, with the steering going first and then the car going, led me to believe it was something bigger. But what I think she didn't understand was the steering went because her car was chugging to a stop because of no fuel. She got the order of operations wrong, threw me off, right? But it was funny, So she's fine. Yeah. And I looked it up. The charcoal vapor canister for her car is like $120. It's easy to get at. So she's got it on order, and I'll throw it in for her easy.
When you say throw it in, what? Just throw it in on the back seat. There you go.
Yeah. Exactly. Right. What? You don't have to hook it up. It just has to be there, right? Yeah.
Are you sure she's keeping up with the subscription service?
Well, it's a Nissan, so I'm sure it'll have one soon. Yeah. So it was one of those things, Yeah, Mike71 in the chat says AAA. It's Canada, so CAA, but same thing. I think it's the same company too. Makes sense if it is.
I got this really annoying thing. I do have a little bit of like a water ingress that gets into the car, gets into the electrics every now and then. And at the minute, I've got the rear wiper is constantly on. It's like, whatever, even if it's switched up and everything, and it just in the back of the car, just wagging tail like a stupid little puppy, isn't it?
Maybe
so frustrating.
Maybe the relay is just corroded, stuck in the on position, right?
Well, I've heard all you got to do is pull the fuse out and put it back in again, and it kind of like resets it. But I don't know where the fuse is. I haven't even got around to looking it up yet.
Oh, you lazy sod! Jesus.
Well, yeah, I got other shit to do. I'm here, aren't I?
That's funny.
Mm.
I couldn't. The thing going when it doesn't need. Oh, that. Well, you live in Britain, so you pretty much need it anyway. So yeah, actually, I wouldn't. You might as well just leave it on, right?
The funny thing is you don't notice it when it's dry. When it's wet, that's when you hear it.
Really?
When it's dry, it's just like, yeah.
Wow, that's an old shitty wiper blade you got on there, isn't it?
It's a new shitty wiper blade I've got on there. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's brand new. Well, I say brand new. I put it on like a couple of years ago, but it's never used unless I get water ingress in the electrics. That's the only time it gets used.
Yeah.
I don't need to look at my fucking back window. Crying out loud.
I bet it's probably like a known thing. It's probably easy if you looked in the Land Cruiser forums, right?
Oh, I'm sure it is easy. Like I say, it probably is just this fuse, but
there's a trick.
Fuses annoy me because there's like multiple places where they put fuse boxes, and
there's a trick when it comes to the rubber trim that's probably like just getting a bit old, and therefore you got a tiny leak, right? If you fold the trim back, it's like it kind of loops, right? And you can feed in a piece of string into that part that flips down, and it just puffs it up a bit more. And boom, you'll get 4 or 5 more years out of it before you have to replace it. It's a neat little trick. But
I'll just wipe it down with bathroom sealant, silicone sealant.
Or you could go caveman and just douse all the electronics in silicone and just
epoxy,
hot snot glue, just
well, there's the other typical car maintenance trick is just like fill it with foam.
Yeah
That will fix everything.
Oh yeah. I was watching what YouTube channel was it? I can't remember. Guy was doing some body work on an old 70s muscle car. And there was a spot that was obviously like thick Bondo. So they were carving through it with the grinder. What they found on the back was like a thin skin of fiberglassing resin and newspaper and stuff filling a hole, man. Oh, come on. What are you doing? Newspaper. Yeah. Rust proof.
Yeah. Newspaper's brilliant.
Oh, yeah.
Rust proof.
Yeah. It doesn't absorb moisture and rust metal or anything. It's great.
But it doesn't rust.
Yeah. It just causes everything around it to. Yeah. White fishy one in the chat, Lada. Well, Ladas were made of plasticized newspaper, so No, that's the Trabant, right?
Trabant, yeah.
Yeah. Those the body shells just won't go away. They just litter the landscape.
They were just masonite, wasn't it?
What did they call it? God, it had some weird name, and it was some mix of resins and stuff that's just indestructible. It just won't go away. There's not a microbe on the earth that can get rid of it.
Yeah, the rest of the car will rust out underneath you, but
oh yeah, big time in hours, right? Oh man. Oh, 1 second here. Let me check. My phone would be beepy. Yeah. No, okay. Nothing pressing. I thought maybe, grandma and whatnot coming early. You never know. So what else is going on in the world? I don't know if anybody's noticed this. Maybe you're into American cars, maybe you're not. But Stellantis, the company that was the Fiat Chrysler Association, and then they've got, I think, Citroen and a couple other brands now as well. And there's some massive company. The Chrysler name has been reduced to making one minivan. That's all they make now. The Citroen name has got 3 little kind of shit boxes or something. And that's all that whole big thing where that idiot put together Stellantis. What's his name? Sergio Marchionne, I think it was, the guy who ran the Ferrari F1 team for a bit and stuff. He's an idiot because he's literally about to like just throw 3 of those names in the garbage just to keep the company alive. Kind of like GM had to do with getting rid of Pontiac and blah, blah. It's just, I don't understand it. That whole Stellantis thing was stupid. The idea...
I don't think I've seen a Citroen in years.
No, nobody has. The whole idea made sense because you bring together like 6 car brands: Peugeot, Citroen, Chrysler, Fiat, and whatnot, and then underneath the cars all share the same platforms, kind of like with the VW group. 1/3 of all Audis and Volkswagens and whatnot are just fucking Volkswagen Golfs underneath with different bodies on them. Well, that was the idea with the Stellantis group. It's just that nobody in the Stellantis group is really making cars that anybody wants, except for, I think, Jeep. Jeep is doing well. I don't know. You get this consolidation where companies buy each other and they rise to the top, and every now and then it works. And every now and a lot of times it doesn't. Like, remember Time, AOL, Warner, and AOL was the big thing. And, like this, I think the whole idea with the Stellantis group was stupid from the start. And now they're really struggling. It's unbelievable. How can you own like 7 car brands and be on the brink of death?
You pick the shit ones.
Yeah. Well, but
it's like Jaguar is on the brink of death now because apparently they're bringing out a new car. I know they've done the whole rebranding thing that's just gone down like a ton of bricks. Apparently they got some new car coming out.
Yeah, it's going to be a couple of years before we see it, and it's got all kinds of technologies in it. The prototype that we were just shown. And they're not legal in half of the goddamn countries they want to sell the thing in. So it's not going to be as cool as it looked, but it's nothing.
Did it look cool?
Well, I'm saying that to the people who thought it was, but no traditional.
I haven't seen it yet. I have seen videos talking about it, but I haven't seen.
The windows are just these little slits to make it look like a helmet. It's really weird. But
great.
It's meant for the modern Taylor Swift sort of hip hopper generation. No traditionalist that has any affection towards the Jaguar brand wants what's coming.
Right.
So if Jaguar's vision for the future doesn't work, they're dead. They're dead. I have no idea.
They should have just brought back the E-Type.
Yeah.
And just be done with it.
I don't get it myself because it's like the people that I see drive Jaguars in my town and on the internet and blah, blah, and whatnot, not one of them would drive this new car. None of them. But Jaguar's been reduced to like, I think 1 SUV and it barely sells right now. Like they're almost out of the market as it is.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I'm trying to think what it is they make.
I think right now just the SUV, and even that is barely selling because it's old and out of date, right?
Yeah, what's it called? Oh, the E-Pass.
E-Pace or I-Pace or I don't know.
Pacemaker.
Yeah, nobody even knows, see, everybody knows the E-Type and the XJS and blah, blah, right?
Yeah. A friend of mine had an XJS. Yeah. He's like, it was his dream car and he bought it. And I don't know if he still got it. It's just like 8 tons of.
They're not very good, actually.
Rather, average car. Yeah. But it was like, it came out, it was like back in the day when we had the Bond films and the Saint. And so Bond had the Lotus Esprit and the Saint had the XJS. And it was like a real cool looking sports car, but it was just just a massive lump.
Oh, it's heavy. The V12 was inefficient, not that powerful, really smooth for a luxurious car.
Well, it had to be a V12 just to get it fucking moving.
Yeah. But the thing was with the XJS is it looked like it was a sports car, but it was not. It was a GT car, right? The funny thing is, though, is the XJS was old at the end of its life, and then its chassis was the basis for the Aston Martin DB7 that came along after. That car is beautiful, the Aston Martin DB7, but it's ancient underneath, man. Holy God, it's like 20 years old, you know? But it's beautiful, you know? Yeah,
it's funny because we got an Aston Martin showroom, just down the road from me, and it's like it's strange because it's like if you have two cats, or your cat goes out and fucks the neighborhood tomcat, and you end up with a litter of all these kittens, and they're all like they all look like cats. But they're all just slightly different.
Yeah.
And that's what you get on the the showroom. You got all these cars. They're all exactly the same shape.
Pretty much.
But some are slightly taller, some are slightly longer, some are just slight variations.
Yeah.
You know. Oh, God,
Aston Martin's been doing this for years, man. You know, it goes back to the DB9. They had the DBS, and then they had the what was it called? The Volante, and
I don't know, Vantage.
You know,
whatever. I don't know.
No, the Vantage is smaller, but it's still the exact same design, just smaller, right?
Yeah.
But you know,
there's like the runt in the litter with the cats I was talking about earlier.
Yeah, it's funny though. Well, that's the same thing. You know, they don't have 5 different cars, but somehow they do.
They've got 1,000 different cars.
McLaren do the same thing. They put out the McLaren GT, which was just their regular McLaren car with a bit more plush and leather in it, and they resculpted the back to have another, room to put a suit, the tall bag with you put your suits. What the fuck is that called? Anyway, that was
carrier.
Yeah. It was just
Well, the funny thing is, like when you go to the showroom, you can see that there's some real sleek and lovely looking Aston Martins there. But then you got one. It's just like a gaudy green color with yellow, the brake pad thing. No, not the brake pads, but the brake calipers are like a bright yellow, and the wheels are blue, and it's like, what the fuck is this for?
Yeah,
you got one that looks classy and nice, and then this horrible gaudy thing that's for a YouTuber or an influencer.
Yeah,
like, come on.
That Canadian guy Lawrence Stroll, he owns the Aston Martin brand now, right? And he's trying so hard to make it a success. He's spending huge money in Formula One just so his son can drive around and waste time. And he can't get Aston Martin to be totally successful. They're barely breaking even. The team is only like, 5th or 6th place in the championship and not really that fast. And I don't know what it is about that Lawrence Stroll, but since he's been in Formula One, he can't make it happen as an owner. I personally think, because Lawrence Stroll comes from like owning Tommy Hilfiger and a few brands like that, right? And then got all wagging his tail about auto racing because of his son. And I don't think the guy understands that he's just got to shut the hell up and step aside and let the car people do what they do. I think he's just in the way too much.
Yeah, well, I don't know about that. I mean, the thing is when I sit back and think about it, is off the top of my head, I can't think of any car brand that's actually good. They're all got their kind of like failings somewhere along the line.
Even Toyota now.
Yeah, Mercedes. There was like known to be like classy, but they're not really anymore. And or BMW.
Well, there's a general rule now: BMW, Mercedes, and Audi. You do not own those cars out of warranty because it's just going to suck your wallet dry. No point. Yeah, which means that those cars effectively have what, a 5-year lifespan now before they're a nightmare. How the fuck did we get here? You know?
And even Volvo seem to be moving over to a lease kind of thing now. So, you never own the car.
I just saw a thing on the internet today or yesterday. One of the mechanics I watched was talking about how, since Volvo has been owned by that Chinese company, Geely, that they're no longer the 400,000 mile cars they used to be. It's over. That's gone. Right.
Yeah. Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. I can't think of any sort of car manufacturer that's looking healthy, looking good, got any kind of longevity anymore.
No,
they're all what would be the word? Fucked.
Yeah. And so many of them have so many overpriced, high-paid executives and whatnot. If we weren't in this situation where CEOs of companies that are, like Toyota and stuff get $80 million, $200 million a year and blah, blah and whatnot. That's even low numbers, to be honest. Let's be fair. These companies would probably be in a better situation, but right now as it is, electric cars, shit, we haven't been researching them. So Nissan partners with somebody and they partner with somebody else. And now you've got 5 companies pooling their resources to come up with a shitty fucking car. How the fuck? You people are ripping us off. That's what's going on. I
got an idea for a fundraiser that we can do it tonight. We could finish this fundraiser tonight. If we raise enough money, Dick and I will buy the brand of British Leyland and we'll bring that back. I think we need about $150. We'll just bring back the Austin Marina.
Hold on. I'm going on strike right now.
No, I think if you're going to go on strike, I'm going to go on strike.
Well, if we're going to bring back British Leyland, we might as well get on strike because that's pretty much how it went.
Well, the first thing we have to do is, if we bring back British Leyland, is start a union.
Oh my God, that's funny. Make Lada great again. Make Lada great.
Yeah, ever.
For the first time.
They did really well in rally racing, didn't they? At some point, weren't they? Were like really, really good, and made a name for themselves.
If I understand,
obviously, it's not a Lada once you take the fucking car apart.
No. Ladas were used in some rallying, but not by the company themselves, by third parties. Right, and they probably tweaked and did the cars and. But it wouldn't have been in like World Rally because you got to homologate the car from the manufacturer, right? So it would have had to be like, some junior formula at best. But there's no way a stock Lada could compete. It was tough enough because, where the Lada comes from, there was, horrible driving conditions. But
are you telling me that Lada doesn't have a Formula One team? Wouldn't that be great? British Leyland. No, that's what we'll do. We'll buy British Leyland and we'll start a Formula One team.
Oh. We'll be like the Hesketh team. We'll just show up drinking and That'd be funny, man. Yeah. Okay, we need a Shills Formula One team. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
I know right now to get into Formula One, the anti-delusion fee is about $400 million, and you still have to buy or build a team. So we're gonna need about $1 billion here, people. Let's see some fundraising going.
Yeah. We'll get we'll start with super chats. We'll get Manscape and Fist It to sponsor the car.
I think Manscaped and Fisted are actually merging into one company right now.
Called Fuck It.
That's funny.
Yeah, we'll get Elon Musk to sponsor us. and we'll use his rocket engines on the car.
Yeah. We got a super chat in from A for $6.66. Says, question for Dick. Do joints expire? Well,
you should see his knees. Yeah, they do.
yeah, I got more than that running out. Joints, if kept in a moist environment, like too moist, way too humid, would absorb the humidity and could get moldy and stuff and expire. So it could. But if in a dry environment, they just get so dry if it's pre-rolled already that you're going to light it and it'll just burn your nose hairs in seconds because it's just going to fly through. So I don't know if they expire so much as just get shitty. So don't pre-roll. Keep your stuff in a nice jar that's got some humidity thing control in the lid and keep it nice. Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, get one of those terrariums that you keep snakes or scorpions in, and just keep it in that.
Yeah, me myself.
Just don't give them any matches or anything because they'll light it and they'll start smoking it.
I keep a couple of Mexicans in a big field, so I always think.
When you say keep,
yeah. Hey, they've got a trailer. It's all good,
You got their passport, so they can't get away.
Yeah, but yeah, Heather Wiley in the chat says, so pot needs a humidor. Yeah. I have a few of these jars, and if I open it here, you see, I've got a couple of the keep moist things, but I can pull those out, and the lid. I don't know if you can see that it's pushy because it does absorb moisture and keep my stuff really nice. I've also got a weird little clay stone thing that you can put in water for 5 minutes and it absorbs some water, and then you can put it in a bag, and if it's getting a little bit dry on you, it just keeps it nice. Yeah. But yeah, if it's too dry, man, it's terrible, right? You got a pipe and you got the little screen or the little holes in it. Well, it just goes right through and it just coats your man. It's terrible, right?
Yeah. If you're one of those guys that got you're a guitarist and you've got one of those guitar cases that you keep, just at the right humidity.
Yeah.
Chuck your guitar out and just fill it with weed. And then awesome. Go on tour.
But yeah, treat your weed right and it'll treat you right. Big shout out here. Oh, that was a little that was Max Headroom. So if you see me, give me a wave. I'd love to see style. Joe Medley sent in a $27 direct donation through the PayPal links or whatever, and it's totally funny. My union fees for the F1 team.
British Leyland, here we come. We're going to bring you back.
Can you imagine if we bring back the British Leyland name and get it to Formula One? We've got to get Nigel Mansell to drive the car. You got to have a Brummie in behind the wheel, right?
Yeah. We'll wheel him out. Yeah. We'll get him. What's his name? Moss, Sterling Moss. We'll get him to drive as well.
Yeah. Dig him up.
From the grave. It'd be like wacky races or something. There's coffin in the back of the car.
Yeah.
He'll still drive well. I'm sure it'd be great.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that Mike 71's got it. The other driver for the team will have to be the Stig, Ben Collins himself. Absolutely. That would be awesome. Yeah, I would put a vote forward for American racing driver Tanner Faust as well, to be honest. I like him very much.
We could just have all the Stigs that have ever been as a team.
Yeah. Well, the first one died. The guy in black.
Yeah. Well, he went off the aircraft carrier. Didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, we'll bring them all back. We'll have Japanese Stig, Korean Stig, Italian Stig. We could have a whole team of Stigs.
Heather Wiley in the chat has got a really good shout. We need the Iceman himself, Kimi Räikkönen. That would be awesome. But Kimi Räikkönen driving for British Leyland, I don't think that's going to happen.
Oh, you wait till you see the car. Oh,
we'll call it the MM01, the Morris Minor 01.
Yeah. We'll get that. No, it's going to be a Merino. Not a minor. We want a Merino.
Oh, Marina. That's what I meant. Yeah.
It's got that sleek styling, and we'll paint flames up the side of it, so it looks cool.
Yeah, or we could call it the Princess.
Oh, the Princess. Oh, that. Yeah, look at that wedge just cutting through the air. It'd be perfect for Formula One.
Yeah. Does anybody else have a desire for cheese?
Just put a spoiler on the back of it. It'll look great. One thing British Leyland cars didn't need was downforce.
Yeah,
Force might be a start.
Yeah, if you put downforce on a British Leyland car, it just won't go off the line.
It's called an air brake.
You're funny.
The car would pull into the pits, and you have to put the two, bricks behind the wheels to stop it rolling.
It'd be the only team in F1 2026 with drum brakes. Got a carburetor on the car.
Yeah, the only 41 car with a front engine.
Front wheel drive. Oh man!
But it's got a great boot, so you can put lots of stuff in there. Going on trips.
Martin Casper in the chat. The Reliant Robin F1 car is only 3 wheels. Can you imagine if you did a racing series on the Reliant Robin and they're off the line and, what's his name in pole position, got a good launch coming up in second. We got 2 abreast going into the first corner and everybody crashed.
Yeah. Oh shit. We got a corner.
Yeah, and we got 27 cars off in the first corner. This is going to take a while.
now that would be cool, actually. if you think about it, because you have to be a clever racing driver to to drive one of those,
and a slow one.
Yeah, but thing is, but slow can still be fast. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, when we used to play, the racing games with the kids, we used to play the mini races because it was always fun driving the minis around the track, and it was slow, but it was always fun because you could chuck them around and spin and all kinds of stuff on them. As soon as you get into a really, really supercar, you're dead as soon as you put your foot on the throttle. It's just like spun off. So I think that the whole idea of being fast in races isn't necessarily a good thing. It's great when you're watching your Formula One. It's just like, and it's just like, but if you could actually sit there and just watch the car just trundle past you.
Yeah.
And there goes Ayrton Senna in the Reliant Rob, and he's still there. He's still there. He's coming up the corner. He's taking the apex. Well, he doesn't need to.
Yeah. I mean, in a Reliant Robin, the whole idea of taking the corner wide, dive to the apex, and go wide again just makes it longer and slower, man. It's just
exactly.
Yeah. That's too funny.
Coming up to the straights, he's going to put his foot down. He's going to try and overtake.
Yeah.
And he's still trying to overtake.
I got it. No, I got it. We have to start Reliant Robin racing because you could do it kind of like the Isle of Man TT races where they have the sidecar and the guys leaning all over the place trying to keep the car level. So what you do is you have a Reliant Robin, but you put handles on the back of the car so some crazy son of a bitch could hang on to try to balance it as it goes through the corners.
And you've got to transport a family of 3 to a picnic.
Yeah.
and still have the champagne food edible at the end of the race.
Yeah. You've got to get a family of 3 to the other side of around the track for 3 laps without causing the mother to give birth.
Well, I mean, you could go one step further, because you had the 3-wheeler disability cars. So what you have is your drivers are disabled in wheelchairs, and they have to start at the side of the track and wheel themselves towards the. What was that? What was that race?
Le Mans start. A Le Mans start in wheelchairs.
A Le Mans start in wheelchairs and crutches.
Guys with crutches, like I can go with one, and they throw it into the wheels of the wheelchair.
Just smacking the other guy. a bit like Le Mans, Formula One, and Rollerball. All in one.
Yeah, it turns into a handy fight before they get into the car.
Full body contact, Formula One racing.
or what about a Le Mans start where you have criminals run the race, but the crowd is shooting at them as they run to the car? Right? That would be a cool way of settling, criminal.
Well, even better if they're shooting back.
Yeah.
No, that's just called New York.
Yeah. Especially for that guy, the healthcare dude, right? He didn't even get to his car.
Well, yeah. What was the story behind all that? Because I heard about it. I saw it, and I still don't make it. I can't make any sense of it whatsoever.
There was a targeted murder of some CEO of a big, huge American healthcare firm that are basically responsible for denying shitloads of claims for people that actually have coverage. And there's no doubt this guy was killed, because they're a greedy,
Is he dead?
Yeah. Yeah. He was executed.
Well, then he was killed then.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he was killed dead.
He wasn't winged.
Yeah, he was shot and killed dead.
Bit like that polar bear.
But it's horrible that somebody literally just walked up and just went, boom, you suck, dude, you die. Like that's right. And this is in a massive downtown part of New York where there's big companies and tourism and everything, and somebody was just executed Al Capone style.
So was it like a personal vendetta?
Nobody knows yet, as far as I understand. Yeah.
Okay.
United Healthcare. Yeah, that's the dude that bought the farm. Wow. And I didn't mean to imply that he deserved it because his company is a total asshole and blah blah. But
no, nobody deserves that kind of shit.
Right. But the whole idea is we've all seen it in movies and stuff where like superhero TV shows and stuff as well. There was a thing where the guy was trying to save his wife and blah, blah, and then goes on a rampage. And
yeah. That sort of thing comes up in a lot of stories, like House or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it always comes up. Just people get enraged by the system.
Yeah, dude's making $400 million a year, and other people are getting denied claims on their coverage that affect their lives. No wonder people are pissed. But don't go killing people. Holy shit,
Yeah, Elon Musk might start having to get extra security for all those Cybertruck owners.
Yeah. And how many attempts on Trump happened, and then this guy gets shot that easy, and he's like a big CEO, like a very wealthy man. It just goes to show, Well,
to be fair, Trump was attempted to be shot under. He was shot at the rally.
Yeah,
he was attempted.
At the golf course. Yeah.
Well, yeah, that there was never actually shots fired. So
but
it's difficult to know how that one would play out. But this guy is just like a CEO. He probably hasn't got security detail.
No, exactly. He's just walking out of the. Yeah.
Well, it's the same as all these Russian oligarchs that seem to fall out of windows.
Wow. If I was even worth $50 and I lived in Russia, I would not step within 20 feet of a window.
Sit to wank out. Yeah.
Holy shit, man.
Yeah.
But people are getting to the point of break as it pertains to the rich screwing over the small people. And I totally predict in the next 5 years, you're going to see more and more of this because people are just at the point of, why are you building billion-dollar yachts and your company's denying my claim and now my life is ruined, right? I can only imagine.
I can understand that as well. The other day when we were talking about, I think it was on the 42 show, and when we were just talking about, all the banks that get bailed out, and what happens when the banks get bailed out? Well, the people who are in charge of the banks get a massive fucking payout,
exactly,
from the bailout. And it's like, no, we're not bailing you out; we're bailing the bank out. But they get fucking massive payouts because they brokered that deal. I'm not surprised people get pissed off. I mean, I see it all the time. People talking about the billionaires. They shouldn't be the billionaires and shit like that. And, I mean, I'm not against it because I want to be one. It's never going to happen. But
I wouldn't want to be a billionaire. I just don't need that much. That's ridiculous.
Oh no! I'd be quite happy to be a billionaire because I could have a lot of fun with that, and I do like good things with it if I had that kind of money.
Okay, yeah.
But that's besides the point. I do understand why people can get so frustrated. With this kind of especially like that story you did tonight. What was it like? What was it like? $12 trillion. Is the value of.
Oh no, that's just the North American ones. Right?
Handful of billionaires.
Exactly. Yeah. It's unbelievable. Then nobody needs that much wealth, and if you re-injected it into society, everyone would be better, and you'd actually end up with more money. It's hoarding does nobody any good, right?
It's more than some countries' GDP.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like,
it's crazy, And it drives me nuts because at the same time, the average product that I buy these days is literally garbage compared to, the quality I used to get 20 years ago or something, It's unbelievable.
Yeah. You'd think if these people were making that kind of money, that everything would be fucking perfect. Like just taking Musk for example, you'd think that SpaceX would have just gone to Mars just because they want to and just done it because they can afford it. The Tesla cars will be, they would be like put Rolls Royce to shame.
Yeah.
Exactly. But that's not what's happening. It's just junk.
Yeah. It's barely good enough for the road. And look at like the Cybertruck and whatnot. It can't even pass the Euro NCAP regulations to be legal for the road, for God's sakes.
There was a British millionaire who owned a jewelry company called Ratner's. It was a high street store that sold jewelry, gold and stuff like that. And he was on some kind of like interview show or whatever, and he was just talking about how he just sells tat. It's just rubbish.
Yeah. Alan Sugar style, right?
The company were died literally the next day.
That's funny.
He just basically said they sold shit. Yeah. And his company just died instantly. And it's like that was a perfect example of a millionaire. He wasn't a billionaire, but it's a millionaire being fucking honest.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm selling you shit, and you're paying for it, and I got rich off the back of it. And that's and it's a kind of a shame that he lost his company in that way because for the first time. You got a millionaire who's being fucking honest.
Yeah.
Because that's what all these other people are doing.
Yeah,
and Bezos with Amazon.
I was just going there. I was just going to go there because look at Amazon these days.
Selling tat is just a market. It's just a fucking market stall.
Oh yeah,
and everybody gets paid minimum wage. Work like fucking dogs.
Speaking of Amazon and Tat and stuff, did you guys catch this thing that's going on recently? There was a major study that was just brought out into the scientific journals, medical journals, whatever, recently. And it turns out that one of the things that makes black plastic black is completely toxic.
Really?
Yeah, except the thing is it's how often do you ingest black plastic? It's not that big a deal. But a few news sources caught onto it like it was the end of the world, right?
Right. What do they do? Inject it with woke?
It has something to do with
media.
Yeah, I'm not really sure how it works. But the other thing I learned from this that I found more
black babies.
Well, the other thing I learned about this that was more interesting to me was the recycling centers. They use this infrared kind of light technology to ascertain what kind of plastic is what. And the additive they use to make black plastic black makes it so this light doesn't work. So all the black plastics we buy instantly just get thrown to landfill because the sorting equipment can't figure it out.
Really?
Holy fuck. You know how much plastic is black? I'm looking around right now. My mixer, my Stream Deck, my keyboard, my fucking mic interface. Oh my God, the bezels on my screens. Yeah, two or three of them. Yeah, you know. Yeah, my BBC Play toy, you know, fuck, right? That's a lot of plastic, you know. But yeah.
We should just dump it straight in the oceans. The turtles will sort it out.
Yeah. Yeah. The default thing on YouTube polls, you know, I like turtles. You got to put that in, right?
There'll be some kind of thing where we just dump black plastic into the oceans because we discover that certain animals can tell the difference between the different plastics because they can sort it for us.
Wouldn't that? Yeah.
By consuming it.
Yeah. Well, only if we put computer chips on their backs, though, right?
Yeah, or Neuralinks in their brains.
Yeah. Totally. So, here, what do we got here? We're live for an hour and 38 minutes. We got about 20 minutes left, and then that'll give me a decent time to switch mode from bullshit into parenting again. Why don't we
same thing, isn't it?
Pretty much. Why don't we give a little taste of what's to come, because there's a few changes coming to the channel, and we've got a group of diehards watching. This is the perfect time to bring this up.
Yeah, I'm gonna change my underpants.
Holy God, it's been 5 years, people. Yeah. You know, there's no fabric left. It's just the elastic band part, right? You know,
even that doesn't work.
Yeah.
I had to do the thing tonight. You know, I had to pull my trousers down to grab my underpants, which the elastic is gone, so I could drag them back.
For fuck's sakes, really?
So super chat me some new underpants.
Oh my God!
You're going to do the Amazon wish list thing for Felix as well.
Yeah.
We'll tell people about that as well.
Yeah. Okay. So, a thing came up in my life. Sometimes I get stuck paying for more of the autism services my son goes to and stuff, and it happened this month again. So my Christmas is going to be a little bit tight for my son, like very tight, and I'm going to put a couple of things on an Amazon wish list in case anybody would care to help. Because holy fuck, would that be really good right now?
Can you put British Leyland on an Amazon list?
I don't know that they sell rust, but I'll see.
Sorry, I'm interrupting. Carry on. Do you speak?
Yeah. So I'll drop the link coming up to a little wish list on Amazon in our Discord and stuff, and then we'll drop it on the shows coming up, just in case anybody can, you know, lend a hand a little. That'd be really cool. But the shows, the channel. Where do we start here?
Yeah,
right?
we're gonna kill them all.
Yeah, Heather already sent something up for my son, which is awesome. Thank you so much, Heather. Heather's in Mexico, and my son loves all things Mexican, so it's going to be really cool.
Apart from tequila worms.
Yeah.
Don't send him tequila worms.
Yeah. No. Can you imagine Felix drinking? Nobody wants that.
No. He's not sending him the drink, just the worms.
Yeah, okay, that's true. But even still, yeah. So the channel,
Channel, sure. Get on with it.
Yeah. We need that Monty Python. Get on with it.
Stop it. Stop interrupting me. Get on with
it. So the channel, we're not going to change the content we do. We like doing these hangouts. We like doing the 42 show. We like doing the Ukraine show, right? Nothing's going to change, but a lot's going to change. So why? Let me tell you a little quick thing here. YouTube is very specific, right? So if you do cooking, you do cooking. And if you do anything outside of cooking, it's very not good for your channel. YouTube needs you to be very specifically focused. Now,
yeah, that's why my cooking and cruising channel died.
Yeah, cooking with Fist It just didn't take off, right? So we do the Ukraine show. We do the 42 show. We do some hangout stuff, and we've got some talk show stuff that's going to ramp up and come to you here soon. Guests and everything. It's going to be cool. But YouTube does not understand what we're trying to do. They can't figure it out because people that like only Ukraine content won't come and watch the 42 show, blah, blah, and whatnot. And you get this weird thing where YouTube can't figure us out, and it's actually holding us back. So the channel you're on right now, in the very near future, will be the Ukraine update the Ukraine update channel of the Shills. The whole thing is still going to be the Shills, but there's going to be a couple of channels. So coming up really soon, the 42 show will be done live for members and on Patreon, and then uploaded as a show on the 42 show channel. And then there'll be a third channel for the hangouts and the talk shows and the other live stuff. And there's going to be a very, we're going to divide the content up to help YouTube help market us properly because it's not working. Right? So now there's going to be, like the 42 show, there's going to be some people that aren't members that would like to watch it live and stuff, right? Instead of just watch it uploaded. But the 42 show, if you strip out the intro and the outro and just upload it, it's video length for YouTube. And YouTube is far better at promoting videos than live shows. So that's kind of the thinking. We still want to do it as a live show. We don't want to be editing it in the background and all kinds of craziness. That's not going to happen, right? And we'll be gifting out memberships to people and stuff to make sure that there's, a good group of people hanging around until it maybe catches on. And maybe it won't. We're not really sure. But I do know that YouTube can't figure out the multiple angles. They have no clue what to do with us. And it's screwing us up.
There's also some really cool things to this. When we do the live show to Patreon, there'll be a level where you can actually join as an audience.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
So you'll get to not only will you get to watch the live show, you actually get to be the pre-roll, the preamble. You'll be there to cheer us as we go into the show, and
hang out for 20 minutes after, right?
And heckle us on the way out.
Yeah. So we'll see how it works out. It'll be, done over the, it won't be till like January. We're figuring we might as well start on January 6th because transitions, right?
Riots.
Yeah. And so, but there is this thing where the shows fight each other in the eye of YouTube. They don't get it. You look at you look at any channel that's like got bigger numbers through YouTube and stuff, and it's it comes down to not just YouTube, but advertisers and whatnot. They need cohesiveness, and YouTube doesn't promote channels that doesn't do advertising and stuff. Well, you see, when we're doing these hangouts, we never put ads in the middle of a show, so that hurts things, right? It's we're not going to change what we do, and we're not going to like stop swearing and stop being ourselves. We just need to separate the content so YouTube knows what to do with us better. It's really fucked up, but that kind of seems to be how it has to be.
Unless anybody else has got a better plan, put it in the comments.
Yeah. Absolutely.
We have been thinking about this for quite a while. Just going over it, and me and Dick have been like fighting, and we've been having put him up. Because it's quite quite a large step, but quite simply, if you look at our numbers, our subscribers have not gone up. In fact, they've gone down.
We're just stalled right now. YouTube does have a thing where they build
not going anywhere.
Right, but YouTube does have a thing where they build in a stall at 10,000 subs, and you've got to use social media to bring people in and stuff. Now, we bring people in with the Ukraine show all the time, but then they don't watch the 42 show if there's something Ukraine to watch, and this is really what's screwing us up. So the 42 show's got to get to its own thing so it can sit on its own. And then, right? Yeah, so we'll see how it goes, right? And
we will keep reminding you all this is going to be happening, and we'll be making the over the next few weeks. We'll be making the preparations for the transition. So it should all be quite smooth.
Yeah,
it would just mean we'll say, log into this, get this channel, subscribe to this channel for this, that, and the other. Yeah, you won't get lost. We'll make sure you know where to go, and we'll have the website, and the website will point you in the right directions as well.
Yeah. And but there'll still be lots of things that go live. You've got Beyond the Headlines, Ukraine Update. You got PubChat 42 minutes later, and we've got a new talk show coming as well. So there's going to be a lot of live content as well. It's just the 42 show. We're going to see how it works as an upload instead, right? Because it is the kind of right length. That was kind of the idea behind the 42 show, was take what we do, shorten it to see if it's more in line with YouTube liking shorter things. But being a live show, YouTube doesn't promote live shows after the fact very well. So we'd really like to see how it does as a video, right? But we still want to make it accessible. So, there's going to be the cheaper than cheap fucking levels of membership on YouTube and on Patreon. So you can be there live and stuff, right? No problem. But we do need to stream it somewhere else live so it can be uploaded to YouTube as a video, right? We'll see. We're still working on the details. That's about it, right?
I think so.
There's going to be a little bit more stuff coming onto the website to make it more like worth it. And there's going to be, PJ CNET and I in the PJ CNET in the chat there, our news director, and myself and Dunk have been talking about some video gamey stuff that we can do. We have a server here that's like very powerful. 256 gigs of RAM, 12 hard drives, twin Xeon processors. It's a beast. And we're going to start hosting some retro games that you can go to a web page on our website, and we'll have high score lists and little tournaments, and it'll be like and we'll have maybe do like an Unreal Tournament server and Quake 3 Arena and things that everybody can go and buy the game on, like Good Old Games, GOG.com for like $8 and just sign in and play on our private server. And we'll have little tournaments and stuff. We're going to see about being able to host some of the Jackbox games, maybe some trivia stuff and whatnot. And, yeah, you guys in the chat are getting it, right? Like Centipede and all, like, some classic arcade stuff. Absolutely. Yeah. It'll be cool. And it'd just be right in the browser, right? Away you go. So that could be cool too. Was there anything else? I think Dunk buggered off. There you go.
No, I'm thinking. No, I think we covered it mostly. I mean, we've got to drop the bomb first, and then the pieces to see what happens afterwards. But
yeah. And if because what we're going to do is we're going to change the memberships on YouTube. There's only going to be 2 levels, and then the rest is going to Patreon, right? If there's enough interest with, once we restructure this, if there's enough interest, we'll have a Patreon level where, no, wait a minute. We won't have a Patreon level because then you're paying for it. We will have a thing where, we'll have more access to our private video server for people, because what we can do is if we get memberships up a bit more, I can have a second internet connection installed here so that we have a dedicated connection for the server itself. And then we could have lots of people on the Plex shared library, like 200 people, no problem. And that's not illegal. It's a shared library. It's totally legal, right? We're not doing anything wrong. Right? I've been looking into this. There's no user limit. It's fine. Wouldn't that be cool? Private, server and everything, maybe we can do a few other little, tricky, cool things, we might even be able to do something like where we have a private VPN or something. I'm not really sure, never looked into how much bullshit it takes to run one of those.
Yeah.
But
I mean, we'd have to be careful not to spread ourselves too thin,
Yeah.
Let's stick with the quality.
We might need to get a Linux nerd that's good with Unraid to be, helping out, because I'm already in over my head.
Isn't PJ our Linux nerd?
It could be. Which would be good, right?
Well, he always seems to know what he's talking about. I don't know whether he's just talking bullshit, but then he used to talk flat earth, so who fucking knows? but talking it to make fun of people that have to argue back versus, No, he seems to understand the tech stuff, very well.
Yeah, very much so, right?
Yeah, more than me. Oh, God.
Yeah. But yeah, we've even installed like too much server talk. We'll skip over. But yeah, so a few changes coming. You'll see that this channel is renamed to, instead of being the Shills, it'll be Ukraine Update, the Shills. Then there'll be the 42 show, the Shills, and then there'll be the Shills Live, and we'll keep you all informed to make sure everybody gets subbed up and stuff. Especially with the 42 show, we'll need everybody to sub that as quick as possible to get it fucking monetized, right? That would really help.
Yeah.
And
share it out.
Yeah. And then what? Tomorrow, Ukraine update. We've got Britain, Ukraine joining us. He's a frontline soldier guy, and he's doing a little fundraising for some stuff for his unit. He'll be on with us, and Phil Ittner's joining tomorrow as well. A few people are asking about Phil because he hasn't posted. I have been in contact with him. He's fine. He's all good. Yeah. And I think that's about that. We're almost at 2 hours. It's like literally, you'd swear to God we were fucking paying attention.
Pardon? What you say? Wasn't listening.
Son of a beachy.
You can always count on me.
Farging bastard. So, what do we say at this point? Like, share, and subscribe, and watch out for new things to like, share, and subscribe to.
Yeah. Don't watch us. Watch somebody else. And make sure you come back in the comments and tell us how much you hate us and all the things we said, and just say, you said that wrong. Yeah, I don't believe you. And somebody buy what was it? Start buying the Austin Allegros, because when we come back with British Leyland with our Formula One team, those Austin Allegros, they're going to be worth a pretty penny.
And speaking of our refresh of British Leyland, if anybody has those hammers that you use to fix improperly made metal as the car goes down the line, we're going to need a lot of them.
Yeah. They're called nutcrackers, aren't they?
And we're gonna wait though. We're not gonna relaunch British Leyland until Trump takes office, because we're gonna need some foreign workers. So
yeah. We don't want those fucking tariffs added onto our British Leyland industry.
Okay. So thanks for joining us, everybody. Like, share, and subscribe. Big shout out to the team. We got Shayna running the Shills account tonight. We got PJ CNET, our news hound, in the chat. We got Chris Lundy, and Super Chat Matt. Big thanks, everybody.
Yeah. Big shout to PJ. News hound. He's been working
on fire, man.
Getting the stories all together. He's working his little.
The other day,
over there.
He was so busy in his personal life he couldn't be there for the 42 show. So what did he do? The next morning he rewatched the show to make sure he could mark which articles were used and not used in our fucking library and stuff.
Yeah.
The guy's a hardcore, man.
Yeah,
big shout to PJ.
Yeah, big shout. Cheers, PJ, because you're making the rest of us look like fucking amateurs.
And I hope that what we do coming up works for y'all. The switch on the 42 show will be a little bit weird, but we'll do our best to make sure that all our hardcore viewers that watch the 42 show, whether you can afford it or not, will be gifting memberships to get you all over there anyway. Don't worry about it.
It sounds more painful than Dick said it. It will be fairly smooth, just so long as you know, and we'll just keep reminding you all as we go along, So you're the hardcore people. You'll always know what's going on. It's the other people that haven't come across us yet. They're the ones that they don't need to know.
Yeah. You're not the issue; it's the others, right?
Yeah. We'll blame them.
Yeah.
It's their fault.
Yeah. So, keep your stick on the ice and always shoot for the goal.
Yes, and keep on practicing being a racist, because you're going to need it.
No, stop that. No matter what.
I mean, not being a racist.
No matter what the photographic evidence tells you, Michael Jackson was a black man.